Now, in blatant violation of Supreme Court orders and guidelines on allowing rooster fights in coastal Andhra Pradesh during Sankranti festival, knives are being tied to the legs of the birds to make it a bloody and deadly fight. Illegal activities such as gambling are also on in Godi Lanka in East Godavari district. Uma Sudhi now joins me for more on this. Uma, where all is this rooster fights taking place, and is the local administration turning a blind eye to all of this?
Rohit, Kodi Pandayam, as the rooster fights are called, is quite popular in the entire coastal belt and much more so in West and East Godavari districts. And those exclusive visuals that we are playing out, in fact, is from Godi Lanka in East Godavari district, where in fact you can see the roosters, knives being tied to the legs of the roosters, and there is a lot of money that is exchanging hands. And this time round, not just cash, but digital transactions are happening to a very, very large scale. Huge arrangements have been made, while the Hyderabad High Court had in fact said that rooster fight is going to be banned completely. One of the enthusiasts, in fact, went to the Supreme Court and got a stay on that ban, and the Supreme Court had very specifically said that there should be no cruelty to animals, no tying of knives to the legs of the birds, and no gambling at all. But this is certainly a very serious violation of the guidelines that were specified by the Supreme Court just over the weekend. And this festival, in fact, Makar Sankranti, happens over 3 days, and all 3 days, in fact, these kind of games go on, what is called a traditional sport, but what in essence is becoming some kind of a gambling activity. Policing, certainly, we were told by the SPs of those areas that they have formed special teams to keep a check on the kind of contests that are happening, duels that are happening on the ground, to ensure that they follow Supreme Court guidelines.
Yes.
But what I do understand is that because several politicians, almost all the local politicians, are involved in the fights itself, and it becomes some kind of a local activity, and there is a tacit understanding almost that they will all support. Many of them, in fact, speak openly about how this is important to continue the tradition, and therefore, with this kind of a tacit support and, in fact, overt and covert support from the politicians, very difficult for the police, in fact, to get in and stop these kind of fights from happening. So whether the Supreme Court will once again take note and whether action will be taken, that remains an open-ended question. But what I do understand is that cruelty is going on. We are getting reports from West Godavari, Krishna, many other districts as well. And gambling to the extent of 1,000 crores expected to happen. In fact, expected to exchange hands.
Right. All right, Uma Sudhir, for the moment, thanks very much for joining us with those details.
This is NDTV, and you're watching NDTV 24/7.